Elevenlabs is the tool that if you want an exact replica of your voice, if you want an exact replica of your accent, of the pitch in your tone, the low and high volume, and all of that, Elevenlabs is like the best tool ever. Okay. You can get started for free as well. So basically, the free, what it does is, in case you have an application, let's say for your business, you want to create a YouTube channel, all right? And for your YouTube channel, you're creating some AI character that will sort of be the narrator, that will sort of be the speaker, okay? And you want to generate an AI voice. Let's say you want to target a particular geography, okay? Let's say you want to target Sri Lanka. Okay, we'll just take a very random example. We want to target Sri Lanka, and we basically want to create a YouTube persona that will have the accent of a Sri Lankan person, that will have like a male female voice, whatever you can choose. You can choose the age of that person. So all of that can be done in the first tier, that is the free tier. You can basically just give it some description that you want the audio to be from this particular country, this region. You want the age of the speaker to be dash dash. So it'll create that audio based on the inputs you've given, and it'll give. What I mean by that is, I'll just show you. All right, here's the voice library that they have. All right, I also checked the chat in just a few minutes. So basically, Elevenlabs already has a library of audio that you can pick and use. In case you just want to get started very quickly with a project, you have a lot of options that they have inbuilt that you can go ahead and use. I'll show you some options, and you can see on the right, they have some characteristics, okay? So Alice here is a middle-aged woman. She has a confident voice, female, news, and British accent. Okay, so now Anthony is well-rounded, American accent, narration, male, young. Okay, so you can see that there are a lot of these options available. Video game, American, middle-aged, crazy stuff is available here. Okay, I'll just show you what these sound like. So let's see Alice.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Okay, so this would be good for like a narration. Like I think she sounded like the Bridgerton Whistledown lady, very confident. For those of you who've seen. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, Clyde, American middle-aged. Let's see video games.
I'd rather regret the things that I've done than the things that I have not done.
Okay, so yeah, very good options that you can choose from. Let's see the audiobook version.
Never mistake motion for action.
Okay. So yeah, so basically you can choose one of these. These are all available for free. All of this is available in the free tier. In case you just want to go ahead and create, for example, if you want a confident young man, Indian accent or something like that, you can go ahead and give those characteristics separately to Elevenlabs and create it. It's very simple. Once you log in the free version, you just have to get started. I'll just show you how, but it's very easy to get started, okay? And then the starter version is what I'll be showing you today. Basically, it can create a replica of your voice. So the free version cannot create a replica of your voice. The creator version can create the perfect replica of your voice. So you can choose between starter and creator. I have chosen starter for my example because I just had to give it 1 minute audio of my own self. And that was the quickest option that I was comfortable with. Creator needs minimum 30 minutes of your audio input, up to 2 hours. The more audio input you give, the better output it will give you. Okay, so if you have a lot of time and if you want like the precise voice cloning of your own self, go ahead with creator, but starter will do the job well also. Okay, that said, we'll get started, and before that I'll just check the chat. Okay, do you happen to know some channels that are fully automated the YouTube through HeyGen plus Elevenlabs? Yeah, There are a few channels. I have it saved in my WhatsApp or Telegram somewhere. I'll have to fetch those. I'll check it after this session if it's available. But yeah, people are doing it. More than YouTube, what I think is Instagram is also picking up all of these AI generated content. I have seen one Instagram page that has about 400K followers, and that's a monk, and that's completely AI generated. So the monk will give like life lessons and all of that, and it's working very well. So yeah, people have started picking it up. The thing is that it's gotten so close and so undetectable to humans that people are not able to now identify the difference. Okay, there are some very cool examples. I'll show you some more towards the end of the session. All right. So that said, a quick tutorial on Elevenlabs. So basically, when you sign into Elevenlabs, you basically can just sign in through Google or your email address. Just a minute. So yeah, so basically when you log into Elevenlabs, this is sort of the output that you will be able to see. elevenlabs.io/app. There is this tab called as speech synthesis, where I can basically I can use any audio available from their library and generate speech from text. Okay, so I'll show you one example. Yeah, so basically this is some very random text that I have. I'll go ahead and choose Alice that we had seen. Okay, and I'll give this text, we'll generate speech.
Hey everyone, I've been diving into the world of generative AI lately, and I'm absolutely fascinated by what's out there, especially ChatGPT. For those of you who might be wondering,
Okay, so basically you can output as any speech that you want, and you can give any text. So it'll be done very quickly as well. Now we'll go on to how you can sort of replicate your own voice. Okay, so basically you need to just go into the voices tab available on the left panel. Okay, once you go there, you will have this voices library. And then they have a lot of filters available as well. So in case you want to use something for social media, you can go ahead and select that. In case you want English teen youth to be the narrator, very, very nice options are available. So go ahead and experiment with that. But now I'm back to the voices tab. And then I'll just simply click on add a new voice. Okay, there's this button available on the right side, add a new voice. This is where all your options are available. So voice design is very cool. Okay, so I've clicked on the first option, that was voice design. Let's go ahead and just create a voice that is not a replica, but we can just create a voice based on some parameters. Let's go ahead and select the gender, male, okay. Age, let's go with middle-aged. Accent. Okay, we just have 5 accent options available. Wow, I didn't know this. Earlier, I think that was something else, but for now we just have 5 accent options. Let's just go with Australian because we know what Australian accent is. How high do you want the accent strength to be? I'll just keep it extremely high for now. This is the sample text that they have provided. Okay, that's it. So you see, you basically need to give 4 to 5 parameters in order to generate a voice from scratch. I've given all of that. I'll say generate.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Okay. So decent enough. Yeah. Let's go to young. Let's change this to African. Let's see.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
How did it pick up a male gender and make it female? That was a little weird. Okay, let's try again. Let's say female, young. Let's go with Indian because we'll be able to recognize.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Okay, so it does work well. Yeah, actually, the Australian accent was not that prominent, right? TJ, you're right. So let's see what we basically you can just modify all of those parameters again and see what fits for you. But I think when we took the young female Indian, it gave the accent pretty well. Let's try one more. Let's try British. That'll be very interesting. Middle-aged female British. Let's see.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Yeah, so it does the job well. I don't know, maybe it picked up something completely different for Australian. Let's just try one more time. Let's just go with young. Let's try old and see what it does. And I'll sort of make the accent very high, the strength very high.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the distinguishing factor between the Australian accent is not that strong, I feel, but still a decent job. So yeah, basically that's your audio lab where you can mix up different parameters and create voices from scratch. So I think this is great if you know your target audience, if you want to create a persona that is very specific to that audience. All right. So that was the first part of ElevenLabs. Now the second part, again, the same button, add a new voice on the right side. The second option is what we're going to try right now. So before that, I just want you to see all the options on the screen. Okay, instant voice cloning. Clone a voice from clean sample recording. Samples should contain one speaker and be over 1 minute long and not contain any background noise. So this is instant voice cloning, very easy to get started with. What I have observed is the output of instant voice cloning is much better than the HeyGen one, right? So I basically use like a combination of HeyGen for video and ElevenLabs for audio, and the output is amazing. All right. The third option is a voice library. We just saw a lot of samples. You can select any one. And then finally, professional voice cloning. So what this does is it will create the most realistic digital replica of your voice. And in case you really want to have like high production podcast or high production videos, this is the best way you can go ahead with. For now, we'll just see instant voice cloning, all right? Okay. So within instant voice cloning, you simply have to drag and drop a voice sample. I'll show you the voice sample that I have created. I extracted the audio from the video that I had shown you previously. Okay, so you can basically name the audio. I'll simply drag and drop the file. Or you can also record audio directly from here by clicking on this record audio button. And basically you can provide up to 25 samples. Okay, so the more audio input you give, the better output you'll have. So provide as many samples as you can. This is very interesting. I can now go ahead and create labels for my audio. So what are labels? Basically the parameters that we just saw some time back. So I can say accent Indian, stuff like that. I can say gender, female, or I can just expand it to a lot of different things. Age, basically young. So all of that, you can just be as creative as you want, because then you'll sort of be able to mix these and experiment with the voice cloning later as well. You can give a description. So I'll say 28-year-old young Indian woman. Basically that, you can just be as descriptive as you want. Okay. And then I hereby confirm that I have all necessary rights or consents to upload these. So it basically takes care of the privacy over here. That's it. So it hardly took 1 minute, right? Now I'll simply create add voice. All right, now we'll wait for the magic to happen. Okay, so this is exactly the same thing that I had done some weeks back. And now I think it'll take a few minutes for the voice, for the clone to get generated. And then it'll be saved in your personal part over here, right? Like basically in the voices library, you will have a section called as personal. So yeah. So that's how you can create a clone of your own voice. Once you have the clone ready, you simply have to go to the speech tab that's available on Create. All right, we'll wait. I think it's taking time for the clone to get generated. So we'll wait for a few minutes. Yeah, it's generated now. You can see Nidhi_2 that we just generated is ready. So I can go ahead and I can select the audio that I want. So I'll select Nidhi_2. I'll basically just go to the original one that I had. It's exactly the same that I had created. And I'll go with text to speech and I'll just paste my script and I'll do generate speech. I'll show you the output in HeyGen because I have already cloned my voice previously and I have connected it to HeyGen. So it's basically the same thing. You can hear the voice in HeyGen now, okay? So that's how you do it. You can sort of experiment here. You can generate speech and you can see what works. There's a settings tab where if you want to change some things in your voice, if you want to make it more stable, you can do that. Ideally, it's expected to not increase it extremely or not decrease it extremely. So if you want the output to be very, very similar to your audio input, then make it very high. Or if you want some sort of slight similarity variation, just sort of change this. And then you can do style exaggeration if you want it extremely animated and all of that. So basically that's all about Elevenlabs. You can also now generate audio in multiple languages. Like you can see this here, 11 multilingual V2 is out. You can generate in your own language as well. So that's also possible now. All right, that's it about Elevenlabs.